What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Redriveraviation. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day today, and today we have the arrival and conclusion vlog at Tulsa International Airport for you guys. What a fun video we have in store to conclude this outstanding day trip from June 2nd, 2022. I hope you guys are excited for today's video, and without any further delay, let's get started. I have just arrived on the inaugural Breeze Airways service from Nashville to Tulsa. If you missed the trip report and or the inaugural flight celebration video, I highly recommend checking out those videos to get caught up to speed on where we are now. We'll pick up right where we left off in the celebration video after a quick highlight reel from that event. Let's get into this.
Alrighty, everybody, I'm the last one here, and I'm here to see if they're going to do water can salute. I hope so, but really solid. Of course, you got the banner here. We'll go take a better look at that here in a moment, but here's where the cake was and everything. Sorry I didn't get the best footage of that, but that was looking great. Obviously, Breeze took Bravo 9 from Frontier, so here's all the gates, screen and everything. So there's the gate, a little leftover cake from the gate agents. Then you got, I don't know why it's lowercase b, Bravo 9, Breeze 521, Nashville 530. You got the Breeze check-in area, which is great. And then last but certainly not least, the excellent hashtag Fly Tulsa banner here, which is phenomenal. They did a good job with that. So never ever gets old, and I just cannot believe chose to show up, is the American Airlines 737-800 in the Chrome Heritage paint scheme. I've seen this thing, I think 5 or 6 times at this point. I never get tired of seeing it. That's probably the best lighting I've also seen it in. Very debatable, but there we go. Sorry. Oh yeah, speaking of which, I showed you guys, but obviously we have a little microfiber cloth. I think that's what that's going to be. I'm not sure. A boot with Tulsa International Airport and the inaugural paper, which is great. So
Alrighty, everybody, welcome to Tulsa International Airport. As we have a ton to assess right here, and I'm really excited to dive into all these pictures. We got some really good catches considering the time frame that we were at Tulsa International Airport, so I thoroughly hope you guys are excited for this. We'll have some video clips to come after this as well, but let's dive into all these pictures as we have so many good ones, excuse me. So once again, feel free to check out that Breeze celebration video if you'd like to see all the details, but here's that Embraer your J-190 November 110 Bravo Zulu, loading back up with the turnaround service out to Nashville, Tennessee. Really cool route, and so glad we got the fun on that aircraft. That is a beautiful airplane right there. And then taxiing in right here, we have the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 taxiing in from Houston Hobby. Really excited to finally get to see this aircraft. I've been trying to see this one for quite some time, and I'm really glad that I finally got some really cool shots of it, as we'll see over here in the parking garage as well. But this was still a very cool angle as well, pulling in the gate Bravo 5 inbound. Really nice airplane right there. Super glad we got to see it, and this angle was even pretty cool too. There's some different ones at the Breeze. My iPhone shots came out better simply because of the window wasn't tinted, so got very fortunate on that, that the phone did a better job than the DSLR, but you can't complain, and I can also work on that myself if I wanted to. We do get some better shots to come with the American Eagle Bombardier Acer D-900 November 249 Lima Romeo, operating on the behalf of Mesa Airlines service out to Phoenix. Was very glad to get to see this aircraft as well, and it was really cool to get to see. And then take a look at this picture right here at Gate Alpha 5. We have the American Eagle Bombardier Acer D-700 on the behalf of SkyWest Airlines in the house livery. Really glad to get to see this aircraft, and it's been quite some time since I got to see a SkyWest house CRJ, so I was really glad to get to see this. And then just take a look at this picture. This is one of the coolest shots ever. So just starting from left to right, you have all the the containers and all the ground service equipment, the trucks and everything, but then you can see all the passengers inside the concourse, which is really cool. This is one of the biggest rush periods for Tulsa, so that was to be expected. But on top of that, you got all the ground service equipment, all the ramp employees, the pushback tugs, the tow bars, the fuel trucks. Just a really cool picture right here, and was super glad to get to capture all these moments. So this was really cool, and I thoroughly enjoyed getting to see that. The air conditioner unit on top of the building right there, some antennas, just all those small details made for some really cool frames right here. So this was very cool, and we were very fortunate to get to see this right here at Gate Alpha 5. That was awesome. And then here's some better shots of the Mesa CRJ-900, like I said, out to Phoenix. And then I came up at the gate B5 to get a really cool shot of the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8. This is a really cool aircraft, and as you can see, they're getting the plane filled up. It looks like they're getting some baggage loaded on as well, and they're getting, I'm not sure if that's oxygen in the yellow right there, but I'm pretty sure that's what the yellow or tube is for. So really cool to get to see that right there as well. That was really fun. And then at Bravo 3, we had the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737-700 loading out. I think this may have been going to Dallas Love Field. Not completely sure on that, but that was a really cool catch right there, and I was glad to get to see it from that gate. There's another shot of Mesa right there, really nice as well. And then panning into our next picture as we slowly load into it, as it takes a moment here. There's SkyWest once again, and oh my goodness. Excuse me, guys, but man, wow. How about this? Right here, we have the American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the Chrome Heritage paint scheme. Man, I was so excited when I saw this on the flight radar board. I literally had no idea until about 10 minutes before it coming in, so I didn't even know how to get prepared for this moment because, man, you guys know how I love to finish out spotting day strong and talk about finishing it out strong with the Chrome Heritage 737-800 arriving in from Dallas-Fort Worth on the 5:41 p.m. CDT service. And what an airplane this is, man. I don't even know where to begin. I believe this is my second or third time catching it with the Wi-Fi box. It actually may have been first. I can't remember. So I was really glad to get to see this. And man, talk about cranking it back. It's always a blessing to get to see the Chrome Heritage livery at any given time, whether it's on that new Embraer 170 or, of course, on the Boeing 737-800. I never get tired of seeing this. I think this may be my most caught special in the American Airlines Heritage fleet. But man, if it had to be one, I never get tired of this. This is just amazing, and just I love the bare metal, man. It's so awesome. So glad American chose to keep this livery on one of their Boeing 737-800s. What an incredible livery, pulling in the gate Alpha 9 right there on the Dallas service, making the turnaround, and get ready because we're not quite done with that aircraft either. And here's the Breeze Embraer G-190, like I said, loading up, and I just wanted to go back to this American. I didn't want to make that too expedited because I didn't want to make this video just crazy long, of course, but I did really want to go into detail on this aircraft because this is just such a pretty one, man, and golly, that's awesome. I don't even know what to say. We'll talk about it more when we get to the parking garage shots. It's a little sneak peek of what's to come, but there's the Breeze Embraer 190 loading up. Again, Unify operating this gate, so really cool to get to see that. And this guy was about to be pushing back, service out to BNA Nashville. Scrolling through our next rounds, here's the actual pushback itself. I filmed a portion of it, and then I did pictures, even though the window was tinted, but what can I say? And sorry about the loading. It's a little slow, but really cool zoomed-in shots, too. And the Embraer 190 is a really cool aircraft. Very fortunate to get to fly it, as Breeze will probably have these retired within the next couple years or so. So really cool aircraft. I'm very glad that we got to see it as well. Just take a look how beautiful that aircraft is. And sorry about the tinted window once again. I will try to avoid that in the future. I did not realize it was going to come out so bad. And there it goes to taxiing at the runway 8 for departure. I'm really surprised they decided to take runway 8, but they did. So there it is. So this guy is taking runway 8 with service out to Nashville. And how about this Victory Air Embraer J-145 taxiing in? So I believe this was for some sort of like golf tournament or something like that. I'm not completely sure, but really glad to get to see it. And I'll definitely have to do some editing to fix up that exposure, but we got the main shot, so you love to see it right there. And here goes Breeze, service out to Nashville. Really cool. Skylight Productions was on this flight as well. Somehow I did not get to see him, which was crazy, but what can I say? We ended up getting to meet up at the Aviation Day for Tulsa. Video coming soon, so really nice right there. And take a look at that jello again, service out to Nashville. And oh my goodness, this shot is so cool right here. So you have the SkyWest CRJ-700 pushing back. I believe this was a Chicago O'Hare flight. It was that or Austin. It was one or the other. It should be Chicago. I'm pretty sure it was Chicago. And then we have, or it might have been Dallas. I really feel like it was Chicago, but it was 603 Sierra Kilo. Really cool aircraft right there. Then you had the Mesa in the chrome livery. Just, man, you could even say that this picture is from like 2015, but no, it's actually from 2022, which is quite awesome. So you'll have to get to see that right there. That's really cool. And then some more tinted windows. Looks like a FlexJet Denom. Maybe a different type of the 300. I don't think it's a 100, might be, but glad to get to see that as well, even though the angle wasn't the best. And there goes SkyWest taxiing out for departure. Really nice right there. And here comes a commuter Embraer J-145 for United Express, November 11176. Service in from Houston, I believe this flight was. It was really cool to get to see this aircraft pull in. You know, the Embraer 145 isn't anything special by any means, but it is still a very cool aircraft, especially get a really cool head-on shot right here at Bravo 6. I definitely want to take this opportunity because you don't get to do this every day. And I thought this turned out really cool. So definitely, if you guys like this as a wallpaper, comment below and I'll send you a picture of it on your desired email, social media platform, etc. But yes, really cool shot. We also have another one coming up here in a moment that's really good too, but really cool to get to capture that as well. Speaking of which, here it comes, the Delta Airlines Boeing 717-200 arriving in from Atlanta. And I believe this is 608 Alpha Tango, and I've seen this aircraft 4 or 5 times, which is ironic, at Tulsa, and probably more than that, so that's kind of crazy. And how about another Victory Air, this time an Embraer 145 67 Victor Alpha. We saw 4-3 Victor Alpha Alpha previously, so I don't know what they were doing, but I've really been wanting to catch these for quite some time now because they come quite often in Tulsa. So really nice aircraft right there. And also sorry about my voice cracks. I'll try to contain it a little bit better because I know that's got to be getting annoying for you guys. So really nice aircraft right there. Just really enjoying all these pictures with the North Flow, of course, that they were operating, and then a runway 8 takeoff too. So they were kind of giving picks to whoever wanted to do that. Sorry about those final blurry pictures, but we got some good ones to start. So very nice. Okay, so we took it over to the Alpha concourse because I want to see the Delta aircraft, and you'll see here in a moment. But as you guys can see, here's a really cool picture of the Alpha 2 gate area. So they actually had an underground gate over here. This used to be gate 20, I believe, and I believe this gate actually used to have a jet bridge, which is really cool, even though they had this underground terminal area. Now, my best guess on this is previously when Northwest started flying to Tulsa, they used gate 20, and they initially started operating the Masaba Saab 340s, if I recall correctly, in the DC-910s. So my guess is they loaded these up from the ground, which was really interesting. The Saab makes sense, but the DC-9, if they knew that they were going to fly that on their Memphis service back in the late 80s into the 90s, kind of interesting that they chose to do it like that, but I believe this is where they parked, and we'll definitely be getting into that in more retro Tulsa research. But a really cool shot right here. You can even see some seats down there, which is interesting, so they're definitely ready for more RJ flights if they do have them, but we have plenty of jet bridges, so pretty interesting right there, but very cool to say the least. And here's the Delta Connection Embraer ERJ-175 pushing back with service out to Salt Lake City, Utah. Really cool to always get to see this aircraft, especially up close with the unified ground service equipment as well, and the Marshall handlers too. So really cool shot right here. And this is 241 here with Yankee. I think I flew 242 or 244, not sure, but nevertheless, I love these aircraft. I'm glad that it's here at Tulsa. And hopefully we'll be seeing our Minneapolis service back soon if the rumors are true, or not rumors, but if the word around the campfire is. And here comes the Delta Airlines Boeing 717-200. Like I said, this guy's making the service in from Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson 608 Alpha Tango with a few cumulus clouds there in the background to complement it. Really nice aircraft, and there was also a big cirrus cloud on the sun a little bit, so that's why it kind of was a little bit what's the word I want to use? A little bit duller in terms of the sunlight, but it was still looking really good. And then, so SkyWest pushed back from Alpha 6, and then Delta was coming into Alpha 4. And this is what Tulsa Delta Ops is, so it's really cool to get these in both shots because this is what it's going to be for years to come probably. So I like the combination though. I think it's really good for an airport like Tulsa. And I'm just very glad we have Delta service. And here comes another wallpaper. You guys can also screenshot it from here if you want to. That's perfectly fine by me as well. If that works easier for you guys, just make sure to turn on the highest quality and you'll be good to go. But here's that Delta 717 pulling into the gate here from Atlanta. Very nice, and I actually kind of want to make this my wallpaper, but I gotta stay true to my American MD-80. But this is a really cool shot right here as well. So really cool to get to see how big the fuselage is too compared to that 145, which is really cool. And then of course you got the vents right here that we're talking about, the engines back here, the tail. There's a really cool shot right there and really cool. And then this also has this looks like 737s, Embraer 145. I'm not seeing the 717 on there, but who cares? It's all, or 717's right here. So it had to pull up. Yeah, pulled up to the 717. Nice, very cool. And then this is probably a good one to screenshot. I know it was a little off, so I apologize about that, but still pretty close. And then we got a side shot, of course, because why not? Gotta love the jet bridge piece right here as well. Really glad to get to feature that. And also the Delta 175 and the UPS A300 in the background. So this is cool to get to utilize. And then we got some unified ground service equipment over here, a GPU it looks like, or something along those lines. I think that's what that is. You got the chocks on the main landing gears as well, and the nose landing gears. And then this piece right here seems pretty interesting. Not exactly sure what that is. Probably like a power unit or something like that. Don't really know, but that's really cool. I like that a lot. So Delta 717, of course, inbound from Atlanta. And then of course we got the other side, because why not? Hopefully I get a better shot than that, because that one was a little not the best. Would definitely need some work, but it's all good. We got some good pictures of it, and glad to see 608 once again as per usual. Very nice. Okay, and here comes I forgot what this was. This is the really cool RJ that I saw. Actually, let me look this up simultaneously, because I am actually legitimately very curious to see what this is, because I have honestly no idea. So let me reference the iPad over here real quick, and I'll get you guys an answer for what this airplane is. So this is 700 Juliet Charlie, and this is a okay, this is different. Let me see, make sure I don't get this wrong. This is the 1981 Rockwell International Corporate NA26565 airplane. Okay. Well, I wasn't expecting that to be the name of it, but that is literally the name of it. So this guy was arriving in right here. This is actually based here in Tulsa. The owner is Oxley John C. Trustee, so that is actually based here. So really cool aircraft right here, and I didn't know this was based here. So it probably doesn't fly that much because I haven't seen it. So that's really cool on the radar or anything, but I could do a better job of looking at all of them. But that was a really cool catch right there, to say the least. And taxiing on a runway 36 right here, Gulf 1 is the Delta Connection Embraer ERJ-175. Again, double daily service to Salt Lake City. So he was blasting off, and you love to see it right there. Very consistent and a really fun service service right there. And then this is when I walked out of the terminal. We do have some clips from inside the terminal, so expect that to come up, of course. But as you guys can see, Delta 717 looking really cool from this angle with the trees and everything, so I thought that was kind of cool. Very nice. And then coming up, you got to get the shot of the U.S. flag right there. That's absolutely awesome. I don't know if it's coming up in the frame, but here's what appears to be a Southwest Hard aircraft contrailing in the background, so that's really cool. Very glad to get to represent that, and that is really nice. So we got some video clips to dive into, so let's take a look at those before we take it up to the parking garage, and I'll talk about that here more in detail in just a moment.
Alrighty guys, doing some last minute terminal spotting. We're gonna get the Delta Connection number 175, service out to Salt Lake City, and then American's boarding. So we're gonna go up to the garage just really quick, just why not? I mean, it's Chrome, come on now. And I would do stuff with grandma, but she's really tired from having me and my relatives over, so we'll call it quits there, and that's not a bad thing for me either. I'm pretty tired, and as soon as I can get back to the house, I'll work. I see additional parking spaces. They definitely needed after this morning, but it's just so awesome to see the airport. So much traffic. I mean, that's awesome. Tulsa did a great job. One water can slit would have been awesome, but I'm not going to complain. It's okay. They did it when Breeze was a new airline, so there we go. All right, Delta's taking off. I'll check it in a moment. Out of the long time. Here we go. So of course with Breeze I would have exited on the other side, but since I was over here and need to get to my truck quicker, this works perfectly fine. So, but it is really cool with terminals interchange like that. So there you go. Here should be sometime in August, I believe. Hopefully things go according to plan. Yeah, that's it. We departed security. Another great day. So excited for the next one. So yeah, Chrome is currently loading up. I'm gonna get up to the garage really quick, take some good shots of that, then we'll be taking it home. What a facility. What a facility. There is one thing I'm going to experiment with. I think we have just enough time. Over here, there's an area where I may be able to get a good shot at Delta 717. I've never tried it, but I think it's worth a shot. There's this little walkway over here. A6 would be better, but this is okay. I'm going to try to get it from right here. I decided to come over here so I could talk to you guys a little bit louder, a little camera shy, but man, what a day. Awesome. Thank you, Tulsa, for the awesome festies, for a awesome route. I was a little skeptical at first, but honestly, I feel like with some good promotion, that is a key term, good. I didn't even think about getting Delta 717 from up here. I may be able to. Because this parking garage is okay for select viewing purposes. Anyways, damn, it's still full over here too. Wow, okay, so there is more spots over here, but for the most part, I mean, this garage is busting. Yeah, that's impressive. Obviously, you got several in the first row and everything, and I'm on the far side, but that's impressive. Most people must have got packed. I feel like I came all the way to the end down here. Yeah, some people must have. This is different. Well, this is good to know that there's this additional option. But yeah, but thank you so much, Breeze, American, Tulsa, Nashville, Dallas. That was awesome. I think that there's two levels because I've walked this whole thing and I didn't find my truck. So, because I think this is either hourly. Yep, that is definitely a problem. I think this is hourly and for hourly, this is busting. If this is hourly, this is ridiculous. This is hourly, which I'm pretty sure it is, this has got to be the hourly parking. Dude, look at all the cars. This is hourly. Oh my God. That's insane. This is hourly. I guess they're using it as overflow. It makes no sense why they wouldn't. It's a nice Kansas Jayhawk tag, but yeah, I think this is hourly. So is this hourly or what? this additional working, but 2 is so cool, it's ridiculous. The overhang thing messed me up because this one's the other. Here, I'll show you guys. You guys will see. The canopy is over here, messed me up. That was all my fault. Just gonna squeeze through these rental cars, but yeah, the hourly screwed me up completely. Happens to the best of us. But yeah, that's a learning experience, I can tell you that much. So yeah, of course we have Enterprise, National, Amaro, all of them. Hertz, Dollar, Thrifty. I've never heard of Thrifty. That's pretty nice. So yeah, we have all the boys, which is awesome. But as you guys can see, the canopies are the exact same. I just didn't really think about driving straight. So this is where I should be located. I believe I should be somewhere over here. Because the bridge over here messes it up completely. But now this is level 2, and this is almost level 2. I think 3's hourly. I mean, I think you can get up there, but I don't know. I didn't see. I think you drive all the way around for 3. I don't know. I bet I've walked almost 8 miles at this point. I was at 5 in Nashville, so I bet I'm really close to 8. But that's good. That's really good. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I was on this row, and I think I was past the intersection by a good bit. Let's see. Yep, I see my truck. I think that's it. But yeah, great overhangs for everybody's vehicles. So significant weather does not become an issue. I'd be eager to see what snow looks like here. It'd be very interesting to see if like blowing snow can cover that up pretty good. But yeah, very nice. I think that's mine. It looks pretty damn dirty. So yeah, that's gotta be it. Hopefully my tire's okay because it needs to be changed and it's pretty low. But yeah, just want to thank you guys so much for all the support. None of this would be possible without you guys. I'm sure it took another 3 months as expected, but I like my routine. So, but I really hope you guys enjoyed it. This was an absolute blast to develop for you guys. I'm sure I had a bunch of fun and they were great flights. First class is awesome. I really enjoy it. I think it's definitely worth it on longer flights, especially if you want like that. The refills on the water were great. I mean, they were very attentive and they were great. So that was awesome. Getting the flagship roller was very fun too. And we also got to fly Breeze, of course, which I thought their product was pretty good. For a low-cost carrier, you can't really complain. It was great. Make sure I had everything. But yeah, started here like... Oh crap, I forgot that I need to get up to the garage. I think I'm still okay on time. Yeah, I just gotta hurry. All right, I'm getting up to the garage and hopefully we'll see Chrome. That was my bad completely. I didn't slow roll it, but I didn't really think about it. Okay, we're going up to the garage. Not this garage, but the fine parking garage to catch it. There's an air mattress, but thank you guys so much. Let's take it back to narration. Alrighty, we made it to the garage. Currently waiting on one aircraft, and that's going to be, I guess we're going to get a Southwest 737 out of this, but American's pushing. Okay, both of them are coming. That makes me very nervous. I'm going to get a new SIM card because we are going to need a new SIM card if we got both of them. So, because I only have 9 photos left, and I think it's probably time to, you know what? I'm going to try to make it on 9 pictures. I think I'll spare one for Southwest and for the American. But this has been phenomenal. So American's pushing. Looks beautiful. It's a great opportunity. There's no clouds over there. So I saw it land here about 4 years ago, July 2018. So I flew Make-A-Wish for Allegiant. So I don't want to say it's not a big one, but I want to say first special delivery in a long time, I think is the best way to put it. It's been 8 years, 7 years, excuse me. So yes, very awesome to get to fly that. And then, of course, we got another 737 for the portfolio, which is great. But Kodiak first class is okay. I would only recommend it for a flight that's at least over 2 hours, and you get a good deal on it. So it's just very nice and attentive service. And yes, was it worth $200 for the total upgrade? I would argue yes. I would say yes. And some of those weren't perfect, you know. It would have been great to have a lunch service on Nashville. That would have been really nice, but at least we got a solid snack. Those brownies were really good. I can't lie. The little brownie snap pack chip things, whatever you want to call them. And of course you have Breeze. Breeze did really good. I'm still in that process because that was different. That was very different. They're an LLC, of course, so you have to keep that in mind. I haven't flown an LLC in a while. Oh, now we're gonna get an American RJ9. I'll probably change for. I guess I'm just gonna have to be very particular with my shots. Actually, I can probably delete a couple. That's what I'll do. Here comes the beauty herself. But what I was gonna get into was, I wouldn't call this an appetizer, but this was a perfect way to get back. It wasn't too demanding, despite me coming up here to do a little bit of spotting, but it's only like 15 minutes worth. Oh my gosh, just look at that thing, man. This was just amazing. It was really good. I think we may even get a scene double shot on these two, but it's just kind of shows what we can do. But this was phenomenal. He's out to Phoenix, the Mesa 900. Absolutely incredible. So excited for what's to come. We have a great trip in about 3 weeks, I think, to the day. So it's going to be amazing. Let's do this, man.
Alrighty boys, so let's dive into this parking garage spotting. So I was very glad to get to come up here and see a few aircraft with the time that I had left before going home. So I was really excited to get to see some of these. And we have some really good aircraft in store, so let's dive into these. So made the small commute over here to the parking garage, took like 5 minutes. No major issues, the lighting was looking good, and we were just a few minutes away from getting some really nice turning shots, but luckily we were at least able to get some takeoff shots of the Southwest Airlines Boeing 737 MAX 8 heading out to Houston Hobby, I believe. Really cool to get to see this, and this was a really cool catch. Despite it being kind of far out there, it was still very cool to get to see this, and definitely hoping to get even more Maxes from here. So very glad to get to see that, and that was a cool catch right there, taking off for only 3.6 right here at Tulsa. Very nice. So really nice shot right there. Here's the cargo lineup. As you guys can see, we had the Kalitta Charters 2 Boeing 737-400 and DHL hybrid livery, November 734 Charlie Kilo. I cannot talk, I'm sorry. We get a bunch of these in 727s too, so I've really enjoyed seeing these. So it was nice to get to see it, even though it was kind of side lit, but it's all good. And then over there on the other side, we have the UPS Airbus A300 freighter loading up. This guy, I believe, was heading out to either Oklahoma City or Louisville, but it was really cool to get to see this, as well as it's a really cool aircraft, so that was absolutely awesome. And then a nice aerial shot here at Tulsa, despite my lens not really cooperating in terms of the lighting. But as you guys can see, we got the cargo buildings for Southwest, UPS, I think Americans over there as well with Delta. So these are really cool buildings and definitely something to utilize here at TUL. Very nice. Here comes the Mesa CRJ-900 as well, coming in right here. Really nice to get to see this, and these are definitely some really nice shots. I don't think I've seen many Mesa 900s from up here in the garage taking off, which is kind of interesting. I think I've seen more PSA and just CRJs, other CRJs and ERJs. So it's nice to get to see this again as well. And I was low on SIM cards or SD card storage, so I was very conservative here, so not many pictures to take a look at. Here's the Southwest Airlines 737-700 taking off. I think this, like I said, was heading out the Dallas Love Field, so I was really glad to get to see this as well. So that guy was taxiing out for departure on runway 36 right. Also guys, if you hear background noise, I don't know if my microphone's picking it up, but the cat's going ballistic over there, so I apologize in advance about that. So looking good right here with 219 Whiskey November. And then over here, a couple more shots of it taxiing, was being very conservative, but there goes the CRJ, and then here goes the Southwest, and here she comes. What a way to finish off the day, everybody. Man, this was awesome. November 921, November, the American Airlines Boeing 737-800 in the chrome livery, taxiing out for that Dallas-Fort Worth 6:30 departure time. That is awesome. There's no other way to put that. That bare metal just, it never fails to impress me, and just so fortunate to get to see this in this connotation. I've never got to see it take off from the garage. Man, this is just absolutely awesome. Like I was referencing earlier in the video, 4 years ago, June of 2018, or July 2018, excuse me, on the 21st of that year, was when I got to see it land in from Charlotte Douglas, and this guy now heading out to Dallas-Fort Worth. Just so cool. The shots were absolutely amazing. The lighting was so nice, and just what a clean aircraft it is. I was so glad to get to see it, even though it went out of focus a little bit there. Wow, that was awesome. Then another Flexjet Phenom of sorts. But let's take our attention back. Oh, this cargo loading shot is cool. I'll come back to these. I just want to look at that American because that thing is just incredible, and then we'll come back to these. So stand by. There it is. Wow. I know that this was a common theme. I know that these were everywhere, all sorts of business throughout the 2010s. I just cannot help but notice how amazing it is, especially when you don't get to see it on the regular. Just incredible shots right here, and it was just so cool to get to see this with the CFM56 engines, the beautiful winglets, the chrome fuselage, the Wi-Fi box. That was absolutely awesome. Once again, non-stop service out to Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, and there it is. It took a lot of runway. Wow, it took like 7,000 feet down there. A lot of flights been going full. We saw with that parking garage example, even though I think I went a little too far in depth on that, which was crazy, but my goodness, that is absolutely awesome. And then there are the rotation shots down there. out to Dallas. I wish I could be on board that, but it's all good. I was on board an earlier flight that day, so you can't really complain. But let's scroll back and take a look at those other shots. We had some really good ones. So here's the cargo loading of the cargo tents onto the UPS A300. This was really cool to get to see. You never get to see this, and look at all those ramp employees. Just can't thank them enough for their efforts. It takes a lot of people to load on those very heavy cargo containers, and cargo is very critical, especially in today's world with all the virtual options and different items like that. So really appreciate what they had going with the UPS service there. That was absolutely awesome. And then we'll look at the American one more time here in a minute. Also back there, I did want to mention that blue building, you guys may not have seen that in the past from my past spotting vlogs and spotting events here at Tulsa. That is a brand new Amazon Prime warehouse facility on the other side of I'm trying to think of what that street is. I think it's like, I'm trying to think of what it is. I can't remember off the top of my head, but that is a new Amazon facility right there, those two buildings. So definitely keep that in mind as well if you're wondering what that was. So looking really good and adding to the scenery as always. So let's scroll back and start with that UPS. It's really cool to get to see the loading process. I've never got to see anything like this before, so it was really cool. The Fantasy Wings GSC at its finest right here, and it was really cool to see how they loaded that up. That was very unique, and I thought that was a bunch of fun to get to see how they do that. So that was really cool, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. And then here's that Phenom once again for Flexjet. This was kind of a neat catch. We saw it land just a few minutes ago, taxiing out for departure. Again, stunning aircraft. What an aircraft that is, and that was so cool to get to see as well. And then once again, here's that chrome Boeing 737-800 with a non-stop service out of Dallas-Fort Worth. Just so nice. Delivery is absolutely incredible, and so fortunate to get to see it. It is absolutely awesome. And there it is, blasting off into the sky with the non-stop service out to Dallas-Fort Worth. Beautiful aircraft. Let me see if I can zoom in on this. I'm going to try. I don't know if I can. Yes, I can. How about that? There it is. Camera does a really good job, honestly. That's pretty impressive for that being like probably a mile out there. That's really good. So the Chrome 737 with the non-stop service out to Dallas-Fort Worth, of course. You guys already know what time it is, and was so glad to get to see this. That is absolutely awesome. And probably the best catch of the day, to be honest. It was so cool to get to see it here at the hometown airport. While that could happen on other days of the week, it was just so cool to get to see it to finish off this day trip. What an incredible moment it was. And let's go to some more raw emotional thoughts as we have the final conclusion for this video. Again, thoroughly hope you guys enjoyed the arrival and conclusion vlog. This was such a fun day trip, and there's so many elements that made it absolutely incredible. Please check out the playlist if you haven't already, so you can get caught up to speed if you missed any videos from this trip. And we have so many amazing trips to come as well, so definitely stay on the lookout for those. But let's go get this conclusion. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's go get the raw thoughts that finish out this thing strong. Let's do it.
That was absolutely incredible. Thank you guys so much for coming on today's adventure. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. That was an amazing trip, man. That was so great. That was literally the perfect way to get back. Outside of not, you know, I can nitpick like not having Skylink and all that, but whatever, it's fine. We'll get back to that later this summer because we have so much in store. I hope you guys are excited for it. Thank you guys for all the support. I really hope you guys enjoyed this trip. The Breeze inaugural Nashville was amazing, and they've done a great job, and I'm just so excited. First class, this was amazing. So thank you guys so much. Hope everybody enjoyed, and I'll be very excited to see you guys in the next trip as Redriveraviation is signing off.